Is that the difference?
I think that's certainly part of it. I thought we did rebound the ball really well. I thought pressure was good. We just had more bounce. I thought we were just a lot more active. The pressure, we try to speed people up to make a play a little faster than they want to play. We did a very good job closing traps early, and they made, I think every basket they got was because we didn't do a very good job closing traps. But the pressure forces you to play faster than you want, or if you really slow it down, I think it's to our advantage because you don't have near as much time. So you end up with a ball screen and playing on a ball screen all the time. You can't really run. You don't have time to get into reverse the ball a couple times.
Bob, what went into tonight's starting lineup that was different than last time?
Study hall's important.
Okay. I didn't start, and I know I missed it.
I think they would rather, the study hall when I was here was leave your door open. We might come around and check. I never saw them, but maybe they did. So now it's, we're getting into the part of the year. We've been very fortunate about not missing a lot of class and stuff, and now all of a sudden we won't miss any this week going to Baylor, but then we got to leave on Tuesday, so you miss, hopefully we miss 4 days of school, and then the NCAA tournament starts, and who knows when they'll have you play. So we're going to miss another maybe 4 days, and we'd like to keep on playing, so that's 4 more days. So it's important.
Coach Dax was talking about how he was working with coaches and some of the GAs on kind of changing the way he was releasing the ball and working on the shot. Is that something you guys saw in game action on film, or just and then to kind of work on that this late in the season? Do you worry about screwing up a guy, even more? Or?
What? Me screwing somebody up? It's a minor thing.
Right.
He finishes the shot pretty good. It's you can't take it from one side of your head to the other. That's basically all it was. He started on the wrong side of his body. But he's trying to get him started on the right side of his body. That way it becomes more of a one-piece shot. Do you understand that? I bet you did all that ball that you played with me. And I heard you could really shoot it.
A lot though, not well.
Not well.
Volume shooter.
Bob, your success, like your general success, tournament time is overcoming adversity, stuff like that. You guys have had so much stuff this year in lineups and injuries. Are you as prepared as you can be for unexpected stuff that might pop up in these events?
Well, I got scared a little bit today with John's deal, when he was holding his shoulder, but I think he's fine. I let him come out and play pretty well afterwards, so I think he's fine. In a kind of a sick kind of way, I think it helped us. I think, John not playing 4 games, I think really helped Nate's confidence. I think Nate's playing at a high level right now. He's doing things that he didn't do before. He gave Tavon a chance to play. Tavon kind of screwed that up, not today, but I think Tavon playing and becoming more comfortable gives us certainly another guy that we can play off the bench. So I think in a crazy way it helps us. As long as we keep everybody healthy and our strengths and our numbers.
Some teams will, they'll see that panic button, but you guys have had, I guess, cause maybe reach there a couple times this year and kind of weathered some of that stuff.
Like I don't know how good we are, but I know we are really, really competitive. And so they're not gonna stop playing. I mean, I think as you know, we don't have Dax at Texas. Jay Shine goes down in like, what, 3 or 4 minutes. You know, tried to come back and play for a couple minutes, but couldn't. And it looks like, it's insurmountable in the before. With a couple breaks, maybe we get back in that game. We got that game. We're not going to stop playing. We're not going to stop competing. That's the one thing I know about those guys.
Can you remember the game this season where you followed the formula as well as tonight? I mean, you had 27 more shots, you had 72 more rebounds, 22 turnovers. I mean, that's kind of how you drew it up.
Well, that's the idea. It doesn't happen like that all the time, but that's certainly the idea. The idea is to get more shots than they get. You can do that by offensive rebounding, you do that by creating turnovers. Ideally, you create by ball turnovers. We got more points off of turnovers this game than I think we have all year. In conference play. And that's key for us.
What did you say to those guys, Page, Holton, when they were coming off the floor when they checked out finally?
Well, I think John wanted to play a little bit more. I told him I got to get you out of here. I got to get you out to get the ovation because we have the earliest departing crowd in America. So I wanted to make sure that there was enough people left in the arena that he got the ovation that he deserved. That was my conversation with them. I think we had already had a conversation at mid-court, before the game. They know how I feel about them. I'm not very good at hiding my emotions. I know that's hard for you to believe, but I'm not very good at it.
Could you ever wonder if Nate didn't have to go through the risk and the frustration and pain last year, that he might have been able to give you this earlier?
Yeah, I mean, his season a year ago was. I give him a lot of credit for even playing. He was in a lot of pain and didn't tell anybody. I didn't realize it until we were practicing over at wherever that was, Rockford or wherever that place was that we practiced in Kansas City before the conference tournament. And I'm watching him and I'm like, will you get through the ball, please? Just get through the ball. And he did and shot it in. And I'm like looking at him like, is that so hard? And he's got this grimace on his face. And I said, you all right? And he goes, Coach, it hurts. And he ended up, he had a big cyst in there that they removed. So you can imagine how bad it hurt. He didn't say anything. He didn't complain. He didn't. He just played. Didn't make excuses.
Well, how much of a difference is there between a 2 and a 3 seed for you?
I haven't looked at that. I mean, in this league, I don't know. I think the difference is playing these guys again, maybe, or playing Iowa State in the first game. It's hard. There's not an easy way to go. You're going to pretty much play when you're a 3, you're probably going to pretty much play 3 ranked teams, I would guess. I don't know if you mess with them one better than I do, but probably you're going to. As a 2, you're going to play these guys, which is no day at the beach for sure.
At the beginning of the season, did you expect to be winning this late in Big 12 with Devin Williams only scoring 2 points?
I always expect to win. Always. I think it says a lot about our other guys. Just the way we play, it can be, and it has been. We've had different guys step up at different times.
What do you have to do with Devin to get him back on track?
He's fine. He absorbs more contact. I mean, people bounce off of him, so I honestly don't think he gets the calls that other people get because people just bounce off of him. they foul him and bounce off, and you know, it doesn't look like he got fouled, I guess. It looked like he got fouled to me, but I would be an exceptional official.
The way Dax talks about your nephew Andrew and the way he's worked with him on his shot, is he going to be a pretty good coach someday, you think?
I hope so. I don't know what else he'll do.
Okay.
I mean, I hope it'll be a good career choice for him.
What do you see in him though? I mean, what do you see in him?
He knows. I mean, he's been around the game, Bob. He's been around the game his whole life. My dad had the camp. My brother-in-law and my sister sent him out there, so he spent weeks out there around my dad. And if you just listen, you're going to learn a lot, from my dad. And then when my dad turned it over to my brother, and my brother was a pretty good player, and he's got a pretty good idea how the game is supposed to be played too. So he's around my brother, and he's real close with my other brother, who was pretty good, who was a high school coach for a while, and then decided not to do it. So he's just been around. They've been around a family of basketball people for his whole life, which I can kind of relate because I don't remember ever not being in a gym. My mom would say, "Go with your dad."
I don't know how long a memory these guys have, but did that close escape over Lubbock feed into the effort tonight?
So you keep asking me what those guys think, and I don't have a clue. I mean, and I don't want to know. I mean, it's scary to me. If you could look in their brain and see what they're thinking about it, scared me. We told them, but there's times I'll draw up something in timeout, and they'll go out. Two of them will say, "What are we running?" And I'm like looking like I just drew it up. So if they can't remember that, I don't know what you think about it. It's hard to.
Did you tell them about the screen for Richard on that shot, or was that just?
No, that was them. That was them. Devin and Rich are real close. And if you saw Devin run around trying to get him open, which is kind of neat. I mean, Devin's got 2 points himself, and he's running around trying to get Rich some matches. That's why they've been so good.
Anything else?